Good morning, students. Today we will take chapter 4, modes of communication. Okay, before we move on to this chapter, I want to tell you something about our science subject. See, our science subject, we have already finished all the 3 lessons from our science subject. So, there will be no new videos given on science subject, okay? Till we finish all the chapters from social studies. The image given in our textbook here, as we all can see clearly, this one you try to solve it by yourself, okay? According to the dates of invention, we have to find out the image in sequence. You have to find out according to sequence wise which telephone was first invented, okay? So this will be your work. So for this lesson, we all know and like to keep in touch with our friends and relatives by meeting them as possible, right? So is it possible for us to meet our relatives often who are far away from us without the help of all these communications? It is impossible, right? So how do we stay in touch with our loved ones? We can write letters, make phone calls, or send emails. So these are the ways which we can communicate with our loved ones. So sending or receiving information or messages is called communication. So long ago, before the inventions of all these technologies, animals are trained to carry messages from one place to another, okay? And people went on foot or animals to deliver messages. But those means of communication were very slow and it was not so reliable. It was not so easier. So today we have several faster and more means of communication. So from this chapter, we will learn about the different modes of communication. Okay, let's come to know about what is mass communication. The means of mass communication are used to communicate with many people. For example, like companies often need to advertise their products to a large number of people at the same time, right? And similarly, news about what is happening around the world has to reach a large number of people at the same time. For this purpose, newspapers, magazines, radio, and televisions are used. And as we can see here, newspaper, the mass communications, which are called newspapers, radio, magazines, and televisions. So all these are called means of mass communication or mass media. Okay, why it is called as mass communication or mass media? Because they help to communicate with large number of people at the same time. Okay, and a newspaper, this newspaper, it gives us detailed news of events taking place in our country as well as in the world. And radio and television provide the latest information on important events. Besides, we can listen or watch a variety of programs, right? So some programs are for entertainment where others are for information. And so the television has become the most important means of communication in the world. Now let's see about the phones. This phone is the fastest means of communications, okay? These fastest means of communications like telephones can easily talk to our friends. We can easily talk to our friends or relatives in a city, in another city, or in country, okay? Okay, let me not tell you more about the phones because we all know what is phone and how it help us, right? And how it help us to communicate with others. And with the help of this phone, get to know more about what is happening in our world, right? Now let's see about the fax machine. This fax machine, it is a written message and can be easily sent through uh, which is called a fax machine. Mobile or cellular phones, these are wireless phones, okay? So this through this fax machine we can also send instant messages, which is called SMS, through our mobile phones. Now is postal system. This postal system is one of the cheapest and most popular means of communication that which can communicate through letter. We can buy stamps, inland letters, postcard and envelopes from the post office, and letters can be sent by write, writing messages on inland letter, a postcard, or even a sheet of paper and putting it in a stamped envelope. And we then post our letters in our towns or cities. So these letters are then carried by road, rail, air or water transport to different cities or countries for the letter to reach safely. Nowadays, letters are couriered and sent by speed post and registered mail. And India has one of the largest postal system in the world. So this postal envelopes, postcards, inland letters are all so-called postal system. Okay. Next is the internet. We all know what is internet and how do we use internet. We all know very well. So these computers and the internet has made the communication faster and more efficient. If you have computer or phone, you can log on to internet and we can do a lot of things. We can watch videos, we can send messages, we can send photos, right? Or we can send emails instantly. We can send pictures and messages from one computer to another or one phone to another through the internet. And you can also get the information about weather, latest happening around the world, and anything you want to know through the internet. Each day, newer and better machines that help communication are coming out. Such of those machines are known as smartphones. Okay. So when we want to know about a phone or a smartphone, it combines the feature of a phone and the computer. So that is why it is called as smartphones. So it can be used to make telephone calls, send and received emails, and checked documents and all. It also allows us to play music and take photographs. So all these latest means of communication have brought the world closer and helped people to connect better and easier. And lastly, it's about a satellite communication. Okay, this today's satellite are placed all above the earth, and this satellite it help us to send telephone messages, radios, and TV programs around the world. No? And it is because of satellite that we are able to see sports and so many other channels in televisions, in mobile phones, right? And other events taking place in any part of the world. Okay, we can see different kinds of things that is going live, what is happening in the world. Okay, so from this lesson what we have come to know, we have come to know so many things about the communication system, right? So sending and receiving message is called communication. So it includes so many system and the using of a lot of technologies. Okay, and the letters and parcels are sent through the postal system, and the telephone is known as the fastest means of communication, and newspaper, radio and television it helps to communicate with a large number of people at the same time, and internet or email are now a popular means of communication. Okay, so I hope you have understood about what is communication and how we communicate each other with the help of what technology. Okay, so we will end up here, and like I said in the beginning, we will be I will be not giving you any videos on science subject, because till now we have already completed till term 1 and term 2 book, all the chapters, and now we have left only model test paper to do. So as soon as we are done with all the chapters from this social study, again from I will start and giving the video both SS and science at the same time. Okay, once we are done with all the chapters and model test paper from social study book. Okay, thank you.